JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Taxi driver and a teen killed in early morning crash in Portmore. The police are probing a fatal crash along the Hellshire Main Road in Portmore, St. Catherine, that claimed the lives of two people, including a teenage boy, early Saturday morning. The deceased have been identified as 17-year-old Ryan Tullo, otherwise called Dumpling, of Taws Meadows, Spanish Down, and Javon Martin, otherwise called Washi, a taxi driver from Portmore, both in St. Catherine. Reports indicate that around 3 a.m., Martin was driving a Honda Shuttle when he collided with a BMW motor car along the roadway. Both vehicles sustained extensive damage and all occupants suffered injuries. Tullo and Martin died on the spot. The Portmore Traffic Department has since launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the crash. Man shot by police escapes from hospital. The St. Mary police have launched a manhunt for a 29-year-old man who escaped custody from a hospital after being shot during an alleged confrontation with lawmen. The fugitive, identified as Herbie Ballantyne, otherwise called Junior, reportedly fled the medical facility on Friday, October 3, after overpowering police officers and the personnel from the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom. According to police reports, around 11:50 p.m. on Thursday, October 2, a team of officers responded to noise complaints at a bar in the Fraserwood district when they heard what sounded like gunfire. The team went to investigate and was directed to a wake in another section of the community. Upon arrival, they observed a man behaving suspiciously. When the officers attempted to approach him, he fled the scene. Investigators later identified the suspect as Ballantyne. A police operation was subsequently carried out at a house in the area, during which Ballantyne allegedly attacked an officer with a knife. He was shot, subdued, and taken to hospital under police guard. While receiving treatment, Ballantyne was interviewed by Indicom personnel. However, during the signing of his statement, officers reportedly removed his handcuffs, during which he overpowered the cops and Indicom investigators and escaped. A search of the hospital grounds and the surrounding areas proved unsuccessful. Police are now urging Ballantyne to turn himself in immediately. Residents of Portmore and Highgate are asked to be vigilant and report any sightings of unfamiliar persons to the police. Relatives and associates are reminded that harboring an escapee is a criminal offense and are encouraged to assist in arranging his peaceful surrender by contacting the Portmore Police Station at 876-994-9873. Meanwhile, during the earlier police operation at Ballantyne's residence, one man was taken into custody and the 3 imitation guns were seized. That investigation remains ongoing. Over 900 illegal guns seized by JSAF since the start of the year. The Jamaica Constabulary Force has seized over 900 illegal guns across the island since the start of the year, marking a significant boost in law enforcement efforts to curb gun-related crimes. According to Acting Senior Superintendent Patria Rowe, head of the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division FNID, the figure represents a 13% increase compared to the same period last year.
Since the start of the year, the Jamaica Constabulary Force has seized 937 firearms. This represents 13 or more percent of the total firearms seized last year. Last year, we seized 833 for the entire year last year. FNIT effort has led to the seizure of 441 firearms. Of that number, which amounts to over 47% of the total number of firearms seized. The FNIT is expected to see almost 1,000 or more firearms at the end of the year, which is unprecedented, and certainly the rate of seizure currently represents an average of 74 firearms per month by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The Jamaica Constabulary Force seized 335 firearms in a single month. This represents the largest number of firearms seized in recorded history by the Jamaica Constabulary Force in any one year or any 1 month. And of course, this month represents the largest single seizure on May 27, 2025, where 239 firearms were seized.
Man charged after 5 years on the run for a fatal bogwalk stabbing. After more than 5 years on the run, a St. Catherine man has been charged with murder in connection with a fatal stabbing that occurred in the Springvale district of Bogwalk. Charges Junior Brown, otherwise called Shakur Jr., for the death of 40-year-old Kenneth Hyde, otherwise called Dudus. According to police reports, around 9:20 p.m. on April 15, 2020, Brown and Hyde became involved in a dispute when Brown's girlfriend, known as Queen Bee, intervened. During the altercation, a knife was reportedly used to stab Hyde in the upper body. Both Brown and his girlfriend fled the area immediately after the incident. Police later arrived at the scene and found Hyde lying motionless in a pool of blood. He was taken to the Linstead Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Following several unsuccessful attempts to locate the pair, they were both listed as wanted by the police. After years of evading capture, Brown surrendered to the police on Wednesday, October 1, accompanied by his attorney. An arrest warrant was executed and he was subsequently charged. Brown is scheduled to appear in the St. Catherine Parish Court on October 7. Meanwhile, investigators continue to search for his girlfriend, who remains at large. 700 pounds of ganja seized, several detained in major St. Elizabeth operation. A major joint police-military operation conducted across several communities in St. Elizabeth on Friday led to the seizure of approximately 700 pounds of compressed ganja and the detention of multiple individuals, including 2 Haitian nationals believed to have entered Jamaica illegally. Superintendent Coolidge Minter, head of the St. Elizabeth Police Division, reported that the coordinated sweep spanned Barbary Hall, Nain, Flagaman, Southfield, and the Junction. The operation, which began early Friday morning, targeted wanted individuals, illegal guns, and ammunition. In addition to the drug bust, 6 motorcycles were seized for breaches of the Road Traffic Act as authorities intensified their clampdown on illegal activities in the parish. Police have also issued a warrant for Shamar Barnes, otherwise called Tanso, who is wanted in connection with the September 20 murder of Jerome Laws in Lititz, St. Elizabeth. Superintendent Mintos urged Barnes to turn himself in, accompanied by an attorney, no later than Monday, October 5. Investigations into the drug seizure and status of those detained are ongoing. Police launch manhunt for Toots as St. James robbery crackdown intensifies. Law enforcement authorities in St. James have intensified their efforts to dismantle a criminal network responsible for a series of robberies across the parish. Police have identified a woman known only as Toots as the alleged mastermind behind the operation. The crackdown, launched under an initiative called Operation Endgame, was officially introduced in a press briefing on Thursday, led by Senior Superintendent Aaron Samuels, commanding officer for the St. James Police Division. SSP Samuels explained that the primary goal is to disrupt the robbery syndicate before the upcoming Christmas season, ensuring that residents and business operators can operate without fear. Investigators believe Toots and her gang have been targeting commercial establishments, particularly Chinese-owned businesses, across St. James and the neighboring parishes. Although several gang members have been arrested and illegal guns seized, police say the network remains active. Deputy Superintendent Michael Moore, head of the crime portfolio in St. James, noted that the Chinese business establishment is beginning to feel safer as recent operations have disrupted several of the gang's activities. Meanwhile, Superintendent Lenoir Edwards, who leads operations in the division, described Operation Endgame as a continuation of earlier anti-gang efforts, including Operation Storm 1 and Operation Storm 2, which previously targeted violent gangs in Montego Bay.
The launch of this Operation Endgame is to basically end badness and criminality in St. James for good. And we have added more teeth to our activities, more assets, more intense, a combination of old and new strategies combined with our JDF partners and other formation. And the gangs, of course, have been feeling our effectiveness, and they are going to feel it even more. Mark our word. We won't allow the wanton killing of the past to return. It's not coming back. We are experiencing happy communities, persons can go about their business lawfully, students can prepare for school and exams successfully, peaceful parties and people can do their social activities peacefully. And the benefit from tourism, persons can come to Jamaica and feel alright and safe. And of course, a lot of arrivals expected for this last quarter, so every local who have a stake can get a slice of the cake. We have partnered with the Agricultural Protection Branch, and we have strategized in a way to ensure that these criminals are targeted and part and parcel of our activities. So we look forward to the support of each and every one. St. James is a far much safer place today, and the figures speak for themselves, and the citizens of this parish can feel safe, and the fear of violence has been significantly reduced.
Police constable charged over 2018 assault incident. A police constable has been charged in connection with the 2018 wounding of a man along Marcus Garvey Drive in Kingston. Constable Brenton McLean was charged with unlawful wounding following a ruling from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions ODPP and a subsequent investigation by the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom. The incident reportedly occurred on June 25, 2018 near the Garmix Textile Complex. McLean appeared before the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on September 30 and is scheduled to return to court on December 8, 2025. According to Indicom, since 2024, a total of 47 law enforcement officers have been charged following investigations conducted by the Commission, 28 in 2024 and 19 so far in 2025. Of these, 21 cases involved allegations of assault against members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, and the Department of Correctional Services, DCS. Mayor Wilson vows to tackle major issues affecting Portmore. Mayor Fitzroy Wilson, accompanied by a team of representatives from various local agencies, carried out a comprehensive walkthrough of Portmore on Thursday to assess and find solutions to several pressing issues affecting the town. The inspection focused on traffic congestion, illegal vending, and the public health concerns, which have long been sources of frustration for residents and business owners. The delegation include officials from NEPM Waste Management Limited, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Health Department, the Fire Department, the Municipal Corporation, and the Tax Office.
We are basically in the town today assessing the issues and the needs of our town. We would have understood and gotten several complaints about the congestion in the town, the illegal vending in the town, other aesthetics of the town to deal with the business trade license and other health-related issues. So we have a team of all the agencies, the national, the NEPM, the police, the health department, the fire department, the municipal corporation, and the tax office.
I'm here from about 9:30.
So, and transport authority?
No, me can't get a load and still no him like I mean next I got load, but with that one still so me not sure I load.
When? And everybody out the road,
I'm vehicle load out the road quite frequently and
The restaurant here we have 3 on one side and 2 on one side and only 1 at work for the longest while now. Why is that so?
We look at the center convenience at the transportation center. That is one that pops out, and I gave them my assurance that within a month they will have a brand new, or we could say refurbished facility for the traveling public at the transportation center in Portmore. We would have looked at the drainage system, and we were going to look at how we can improve the drainage system in the town and other aesthetics. The pedestrian and how they traverse the town, we would have done some work in recent times to have the sidewalks more secure. We realize that we need to do a bit more.
On a daily basis we see more cars on the road, so we just have to see how we best can go along with the situation. Because even if we get 15 or 20 minutes work from the police, that's it, and we are right back at square one.
We'll be increasing the enforcement and monitoring. We have a new sub-officer that will be taking charge of the town of Portmore, the beat officer patrol in general, and a number of additional persons will be added to that team. And so in working closely with the municipal officers, we are confident to ensure that we get full compliance. So enforcement and monitoring, we should be able to get the job done.
JBNN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.